So welcome to lesson 2 of our data visualization with Power BI course. This is a Microsoft certification program that we are taking both for tech examination and for professional practical preparation for the tech industry as data analyst. After this course, you will be a qualified data analyst with Power BI to be able to build business intelligence report and be able to analyze data using dashboards and visuals. This is a very important course, very, very important, very powerful. And after completing this course alone, you can apply for a role to work with your skills. So let's zoom in into the lesson. I'm super excited to be here with you all. Welcome, Tolu. Welcome, everyone. And let's get right into the lesson. What is not started today is never finished tomorrow. What is not started today is never finished tomorrow. The dreams we have, the hopes and aspirations we have, the better life we are dreaming of for tomorrow, we need to get started. If we start now, then we will have it tomorrow. Yes, what we do today will show up tomorrow. What we did yesterday is what is showing up today. And to have a better future, you must do different things and start new things today to see the result tomorrow. So what we are starting now will result tomorrow. You will remember me saying these exact words that the Power BI we are learning today has made a significant impact in your life. And tomorrow you will say this and you will remember me for that. So this is me and welcome to Power BI. This is Microsoft Certified Power BI Data Analyst Associate Certification. And we are preparing for this certification. And to get ready for this certification, you need to do a self-study on the Microsoft certification platform. The link, you can access it on this link. The PDF will be shared with you, the videos will be shared with you. Once you click here, you have access to it. And if you have not registered for the certification and the skills challenge, you should get help and get yourself ready for what we are working on. Yesterday, we started with a practical introduction to Power BI. And today we are going to continue with a practical demo for us to get hands-on experience in Power BI before we delve deep into the detailed theory. So the training is going to give us a quick overview, a feel of it, and after that, we will take every step and deep dive into the details. So we'll have a detailed lesson on data loading, data transformation. We'll have a detailed lesson on data modeling. We'll have a detailed lesson on DAX expression language, and we'll have detailed lessons on building the visualization reports, as well as building dashboards. And we will have a detailed lesson on the various ways to publish and share your reports after working in Power BI Desktop. We will work on a capstone project that after your training, you will be expected to complete and present before you get your certification, at least from Rita Africa, to prove that you have been trained from this place. So this particular training, we are going to work together in class. And at the end of the day, you need to show your work. In class, we will let you share your screen several times, post your screenshots several times. And at the end of the day, you will do a presentation. You will have the opportunity, just like I'm doing now, turn on your camera and present your work. We want everyone to get deep into this. The next 2 to 3 weeks, we are deep diving into this and we want to acquire all the necessary skills in Power BI. And this will set the pace and the stage for several other certifications and several other skills. So let's not play with this. let's do it and do it well. Let's do it and do it well. We are doing it well. If you agree, say do it well in the chat for me. Do it well if you agree, because this time we are taking this particular program into the deepest depth, and we are exploring everything we can. So let's do it well. Yeah, so together as a team, we are doing it well. We are doing it well, and everyone here do it well. Make the time for it and do it well. All right. So today's practical demo, we will make it a guided one so that I guide you through the steps for you to create your first report and get an overview feel of it before we deep dive into the theory. So far we've completed 1 and 2 in this particular structure. And if you have not, make sure you watch the video from yesterday, and also make sure you take yourself steady on the Microsoft platform. Today, we are going to take lesson 2, and lesson 2 is Power BI workflow and live practical demo. Understanding the end-to-end workflow of a practical Power BI project. So before you work in Power BI professionally, not shadowy, professionally, you need to make sure you follow the step-by-step guide or step-by-step workflow or life cycle to work on your project. Because yesterday we understood that your dashboards are going to provide key insights, actionable insights that companies will make decisions upon. And these dashboards and reports need to be accurate, because businesses do not make decisions by assumption. Businesses do not make decisions by feelings. Businesses make data-driven decisions. And what is data-driven decisions? Data-driven decision is what we are doing now, and we need to make sure it reflects the truth. It reflects the performance of the business. It reflects the reality, so that the decisions that will be made will be accurate. And so we need to ensure that in as much as we want to see the visuals, we need to ensure that the data is accurate. And so we need to make sure the data is gotten from the right source and the data is transformed or cleaned. The data cleaning part is very important, and we need to ensure that. By the end of this lesson, you will understand the workflow of a professional Power BI project from start to finish and see it in action through a live demo. I'll do a very, very quick recap, and I wanted to ask you to tell me what you remember. So let me take 1 or 2 from you. What do you remember from yesterday? What do you remember from lesson 1? This is lesson 2. What do you remember? Just tell me something, just one thing you remember, and we will move on. So one thing from everyone, it's enough. Let me hear from you. Tell me one thing from yesterday, and we will move on. So let me see someone. I want to see the first person who will tell me one thing. Business intelligence. Thank you, Newman. Power Query, Power BI service. Thank you, Lucretia. Thank you, Lois. I mean, this is Power BI Gateway, DAX Insights. Thank you, Power BI Desktop. Thank you, Marasi. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. So thank you all, and more. We have more coming in. So yesterday we understood that Power BI is a business intelligence tool, business intelligence and data visualization tool that allows users to analyze data and share insights. How? Through interactive visuals. So it's a BI tool, and we understood that the BI stands for business intelligence. So Power BI is a business intelligence and data visualization tool that allows us to analyze data and, of course, share insight. But how? through interactive visualizations. So in Power BI, you'll be dealing with a lot of interactive visualizations. We will create a slicer. When you click on it, it will transform the data, make the visualization very, very interactive. For a long time, people have been asking, what does BI stand for? What does business intelligence mean? We've been hearing business intelligence analyst, BI analyst. What is it? What is it? What does it mean? How is it different from data analytics? So yesterday we defined this as, we said business intelligence or BI is a business analytics term. Business analytics term. So this is a term in business analytics, and we explain what business analytics is. If you missed the lesson, go back and watch the video. And it's a business analytics term that refers to the process of turning raw data into actionable insights that will support business strategy, tactical and operational decision making within a business. All right. And so BI refers to the process of converting data into business insights that will tell business stakeholders what is happening in the business so that decisions can be made. Mostly this is done through dashboards, KPIs, and reporting tools. We gave you a view of a dashboard yesterday, and this is a dashboard in a dark team. This is a dashboard in a light team, and these are wonderful. And I like the idea from yesterday's scenario that a dashboard is a visual where we get to see all the key performance indicators, all the KPIs, we get to see them in one place. It's so beautiful in one place. The most important indicators of the business we want to see in one place. Your car has a dashboard that shows you all the important things you need to take a look at. And so it is put in one place where you can see all in one place. It's so beautiful. And as data analysts, we are also able to build dashboards for business backed by massive data, backed by serious data that reflects business performance and can provide insights for decision making. The goal of Power BI is to turn complex raw data into meaningful insights through easy to understand charts. And so anytime you are creating your Power BI reports or dashboards, make sure you use easy to understand charts. And of course, dashboards for better decision making. We saw the key components of Power BI. We understood that this Power BI we've been hearing about, there are other components, and some of them are needed to work together for you to be able to use it well. So we have one that is called Power BI Desktop. We saw it yesterday. Then we understood that there is something called Power BI Service, which is a cloud-based platform that allows you to publish your work to the cloud, allows you to share, collaborate on your reports. This means when you work in Power BI Desktop, which is the modeling platform where you create your visualizations, we don't read it over there. We don't use it over there. That is a development environment. There is a different environment for viewing and publishing. So you need to publish to the Power BI service, and that is beautiful. The Power BI service allows you to get access to your reports and dashboards, even through mobile. And so there's a mobile version called Power BI Mobile, and I love it so much. Power BI Gateway is also a bridge to, or gateway to your on-premise data sources, because most companies have a lot of data in-house that they don't want to publish to the cloud. And so they want to connect the Power BI cloud to their on-premise data, and Power BI Gateway allows them to do that. So we saw this ecosystem overview, and we saw that there are multiple data sources, more than 100 data sources that you can connect and receive data through or from to Power BI. And when you work in Power BI desktop, you can publish to Power BI service, connect to Power BI gateway, and view on mobile or laptop and PC. And this is so beautiful. So what I want to see you do is to know how to connect to multiple data sources, connect to Excel, connect to web APIs, connect to cloud storage services, connect to databases, connect to data warehouses, connect to data lakes, connect to GitHub, connect to multiple platforms, and pull your data into Power BI Desktop. In Power BI Desktop, I want to see you have the understanding of how to transform data effectively, meaning clean data effectively. That is the most important part of your work, because if you don't do it right, there's going to be GIGO, which is garbage in and garbage out. And I want you to be confident using Power BI service, understand it fully well, and be able to use it really, really well. And of course, understand Power BI Gateway and be able to publish works that companies will pay top dollar for. I want you to earn top dollar for this work and for this training. And if you believe it, type top dollar in the chat because you are preparing for top dollar. Thank you, Newman. Newman, he knew I was going to ask you to say it, to type it. All right. So we installed it, and if you have not installed it, please install this. Make sure you install it so that we go through it, and we are going to start working right away. Yesterday, we had a tour of the Power BI interface. We're able to see some of the various buttons and views. I want you to tell me one part of the interface that you remember, any parts that you remember from yesterday's overview. I want you to tell me one part. Yes, get data. Thank you. Thank you. How to get data. That's beautiful. That is like the most important parts within your Power BI get data. Very, very important. You need to be able to get data, and the clipboard, I like that. I like the clipboard. I like the report view. So we have the report view right here. Let me share my screen well. We have the report view, and the report view is right here. Let me zoom into it for you. And this report view right here, this is where you get to see your reports and your workspace for creating your report. Someone says the field and visualization panes. Thank you. So we have fields over here. We have our visualization pane, and we'll get our data pane and all that. And this is wonderful. There's one particular view over here. I don't know who remembers this view. There's one particular view here. Who can remember that view? Someone said, okay. There's one view here. I don't know if my screen is visible. If my screen is visible, please let me know. Okay, thank you, Mr. Okoka. This is the table view. And there's another view here. Let me see who remembers this view right here. Who can remember the third view over here? Let me zoom in a little for you to see. Yes, I'm talking about this view right here. What is this view called? And this is one part that we will spend time learning, and this will help us really understand Power BI well, and that's the modeling view. Thank you so much. And one important part of Power BI that I want to show you is this. I'm pointing at something. I want to be sure my screen is showing. Who can tell me what I pointed at right now? What did I point to? Page 1. Thank you. And this means that in your Power BI report, you are going to be able to create page 2 and create page 3 and create page 4 and create page 5 and create page 6 and create page 7 and keep on creating, just like in PowerPoint. Right now, I am doing my presentation in PowerPoint, and I am able to move through several slides. Okay, the same way In Power BI, you can move through several pages. All right. In Excel, you can move through several sheets. In Power BI, you can move through several pages. What does it mean? This means just as in PowerPoint, you can create your deck and your presentation, whatever you want on each slide. And the next slide, you can create whatever you want. And the next slide, you can create whatever you want. And at the end of the day, they all talk about one thing, because this presentation, every slide has different information, but they all add to the same content. That same way, when you are creating your Power BI reports, you can create the reports on multiple pages. Page 1 can have one important report that is important for the business analysis. Page 2 can have another report that is important for analyzing the business as well in a different area. Page 3 can have another report for multiple things. But at the end of the day, we call all the pages together as a report. And your report, your Power BI report is made up of all the multiple pages. Page 1 is not just the report. Page 2 is not just the report. Page 3 is not just the report. All of it together is what we call report. And please type report in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. Report. All right, thank you. Now, who can tell me the file extension of a Power BI report? When you create a Power BI report, what is a file extension? Who can tell me? Anybody who knows about it? And before we get into it, let me see if anybody can tell me. Thank you. Thank you, Robly. Thank you, Chibuke. Oh, you guys are amazing, amazing, amazing. I like it when you learn ahead of the class. Lois Ominde, thank you, Kirobel. Thank you, Newman. Thank you all. Beautiful, beautiful. So let me tell you what they said. And they said that the file extension is .pbix, and we will get into that soon. All right, so let's continue. And my next slide is to show you a video. Let's take a second and watch a video. It's part of the training. Let's watch this video, and after the video, we will get into the details of the lesson. So stay tuned and let's watch this.
Introducing Power BI by Microsoft. Power BI is a cloud-based business analytics service, enabling anyone to visualize and analyze data with greater speed, efficiency, and understanding. Get started with Power BI in seconds. Just sign up and you're good to go. Within minutes, you'll see your data in new ways thanks to content packs, pre-built dashboards and reports by popular service providers like Salesforce.com or Google Analytics. And in one dashboard, you'll experience a live 360-degree view of your business. Monitor your data in real time from nearly any device across all major operating systems. Set up mobile alerts to your phone when your data changes, and share your reports and dashboards with ease. Drag and drop features enable you to go deeper with your data and explore it in new ways by asking simple questions. No need to learn a new language with Power BI. Easily clean, shape, and model your data to create impactful, shareable reports. Power BI. Experience your data. Any data, any way, anywhere. Sign up for Power BI today.
With Power BI, you are able to connect to multiple data sources. You are able to create reports and able to create dashboards. I remember Google Analytics. I remember live reporting. And if you manage a website, and a popular website, I have managed a website that's it's a national level website and is very, very busy and has traffic like anything you can imagine. And we have what we call real-time analytics, where you can see what is happening in real time. With Power BI, you can get into that and be able to create real-time analytics for your business and for your data, your employer, your clients. Next, I want us to clarify the differences between reports and dashboards, because in Power BI, we have what we call reports, and we also have what is called dashboard. And sometimes we interchange or confuse them. What is a report and what is a dashboard? Because they are completely different. Please type completely different in the chat for me if you are here with me. If you can see me, I want to know if my video is showing, and if you can hear me as well and you can see my screen as well, type completely different. So we have what we call reports and we have what we call dashboards. All right. And so as you use Power BI, you can create reports and you can create dashboards, and they are different. Now, in Power BI, we understand that dashboards are powerful. Dashboards show us all the KPIs in one place, and it's so beautiful. But we have to understand that there are two distinct tools and there are two distinct creations. You can either create a report or you can create a dashboard, or you can create a report and a dashboard. Although many beginners often confuse the two or use them interchangeably, they are two distinct tools and creations. What you create in Power BI Desktop is a report, not a dashboard. Please type this in the chat for me. So you remember Power BI Desktop, we talked about it yesterday, and we said you can create amazing visualizations in Power BI Desktop specifically. Power BI Desktop, which is the creation environment where we create all our visuals. But anything you create in Power BI Desktop is a report, not a dashboard. Thank you, Timothy. Timothy is the first person to tell me this. What you create in Power BI Desktop, so does it mean I can't create a dashboard in Power BI Desktop? Yes, you cannot create a dashboard in Power BI Desktop. Okay, can I create a dashboard in Power BI? Yes, you can create a dashboard in Power BI. So how does it work? Common mistake, I created a dashboard in Power BI Desktop. So please take note of the specifics here. We are talking about Power BI Desktop, the creation environment. You can't say that I created a dashboard in Power BI Desktop. You have to say that I created a report in Power BI Desktop. That is what you need to say. Number two, everything you create in Power BI Desktop, no matter how beautiful, how interactive, no matter what it is officially called a report, not a dashboard. Please type a report in the chat for me. So let's use the terminologies right as professionals, because we are the professionals. What you create in Power BI Desktop is called a report. It's not called a dashboard. Now, dashboards can only be created in Power BI Service. Please type that in the chat as well. Dashboards can only be created in Power BI Service. You remember that there's another tool called Power BI Service. And we have Power BI Desktop. There are two different components of Power BI. If you want to create a dashboard, you don't create it in Power BI Desktop, but then all your creations, your visualization, you do them in Power BI Desktop. But if you want a dashboard, you need to do it in Power BI Service. Please take notes of that. Thank you. So let's talk about Power BI reports briefly, and then we'll talk about Power BI dashboards briefly. Then we'll get an understanding of how they work. Number one, when we talk about Power BI reports, first of all, we understand that they are created in Power BI Desktop. And then they are published to Power BI Service. So after your work in Power BI Desktop, you need to publish it to Power BI Service. I hope that part is clear. Let's read the description. Power BI Report is a multi-page data analysis tool. So let's back up and get this clarity here. So a report is a multi-page data analysis tool. I want you to type multi-page in the chat for me. Multi-page in the chat for me. Thank you. It's a multi-page data analysis tool. Very, very important. Multi-page. This is why I mentioned that you can create page 1, page 2, page 3, and multiple pages. All right. A report has multiple pages. But what we are about to learn is that a dashboard is a one-page environment. A dashboard is not a multi-page environment. It's a place where you see all KPIs in one place. So far, we've understood that dashboards are created in Power BI service, and we've understood that one key difference is that reports can be multiple pages, but a dashboard is a single page. What we are yet to learn is how to create a dashboard then. We know how to create a report, but how to create a dashboard. Let's read this. Power BI Report is a multi-page data analysis tool made up of visualizations like charts, tables, slices, very important, slices, and maps. So that is Power BI Reports. Key features, multi-pages like slides in PowerPoint, similar to a PowerPoint deck. Interactive visuals and filters. Of course, it has a lot of charts, visuals, and filters and slices. Created using Power BI Desktop. Supports complex logic in DAX, drill outs and tooltips. Drill up down within visuals. Can include slices to filter multiple visuals at once. So this gives us an idea of what a report is. And what you have been working on in Power BI Desktop and what you are thinking about is actually a report and it's not a dashboard. Use case. We use it to explore data, perform analysis, and tell stories in a detailed way. In a detailed way. I like that. And it's created in Power BI Desktop. Now, what is a dashboard then? A Power BI dashboard is created in Power BI service. Please type the next line here. Please type this if you can see my screen. And I have zoomed in. I don't know if the Zoom is working. Someone can tell me if the Zoom is working. I've zoomed in right now. And tell me the next line after the created in. Type it in the chat for me. Thank you very much, Robley. You're always fast. And he says that it is not available in Power BI Desktop. So let this be very clear. And this is a straightforward information that is being given to you. And Power BI Desktop is a single page. I like that part. Power BI Desktop, sorry, dashboard. Power BI Dashboard is a single page. Please type single page in the chat for me. So now you get a key difference. Single page. Thank you, Newman. It is also a high-level view. High-level view made by pinning visuals. High-level view made by pinning visuals. Please type pinning visuals. Pinning visual. Please type pinning visuals. I like that. Pinning visuals. Thank you. From one or more reports. So you can pin visuals from one or more reports. All right, so let's think about what we have, the information we've gathered so far. When we get into Power BI service, we will create dashboards as well. So we are not just going to learn how to create reports, we are going to create dashboards as well. And I'm very excited about that. So how do we create a dashboard? So to create a dashboard, from the information we've gathered so far, it says you can pin visuals from where? From your reports. Now picture this. In your Power BI service, you can browse your various reports, your multi-page reports. And if you want to create a dashboard, you can focus on a single visual, like the line chart that is very, very meaningful to you, and you can pin it onto a single screen. That screen is a dashboard. You can pin it and leave all the other visuals and go to page 2. In page 2, you like the total sales figures. So you can pin it and it will join the line charts on the dashboard. So how many visuals do we have on the dashboard now? Let me see in the chat if you're following. How many visuals do we have on the dashboard now? Let me see how many visuals we have on that, but we have 2. All right. Then you can see a map and you are interested in the map. What do? You pin it. So when you pin, it doesn't take the entire report to the dashboard. It takes only the visual you are interested in. On the dashboard, they are referred to as tiles. So you get a dashboard that has top KPIs. Please type top KPIs in the chat for me and let's continue. Top KPIs. Type that in the chat for me and let's continue. So it is a single canvas, one-page summary, and they are tiles. Tiles are pinned from different reports and data sets. That's how it works. It cannot have multiple pages. It is ideal for executive overview and can combine visuals from multiple reports. So get a picture clearly. From your multiple reports, you can pick any visual you are interested in. A visual is a single element of a visualization that you have created during your report creation. This means we start the whole work from the reports, we build nice reports, and we publish to Power BI service, and we create dashboards in Power BI service. And the last thing here says, we use this to monitor KPIs, business key metrics, or status summaries at a glance. At a glance. Please type at a glance in the chat for me. Please type at a glance in the chat for me at a glance. Let me see the first person to type ASIC. Thank you. And now I want to find out if someone has gotten the picture now. If you have gotten the picture, please let me know in the chat if you understand it. Thank you, Newman. Exactly. So you can refresh your dashboard. Lois Ominde, you can refresh your dashboard and it will refresh the data, it will refresh the reports, it will. Power BI is very powerful. So dashboards are meant for monitoring only, while reports are meant for analysis. Please type that in the chat for me. Now, if you understand the difference between dashboards and reports, type this in the chat for me and think about it. Think about it because this is very important. Dashboards are meant for monitoring, while the multi-page reports are for analysis. Thank you. Now, don't think that a report can be something not elaborate like a dashboard. As a matter of fact, all the nice visuals you've been seeing so far, most of them are reports. And then we have dashboards as well. And so your report alone can be awesome, can have multiple visuals. But the goal is to create an environment for data analysis. Create an environment for data analysis. Please listen to me. Your report, the goal of creating your report is to create an environment for data analysis where business stakeholders and executives can understand the business through your report, because you are the data analyst and you are creating the report. Through your report, they will understand the business. They cannot understand the raw data, but they can understand your report. They can understand your report. And I repeat it one more time, they can understand your report. Wow. So I have two pictures here. I want you to tell me which one is a report and which one is a dashboard. Let me see who will get it right. Let me see who will get it right. The left one, you can call it 1, and the right one, you can call it 2, or however you want to call it. Let me know which one is a report and which one is a dashboard. So let me see. And the first person says that 1 is a report. Okay, someone says the right one is a report. Are you sure? Someone says 1 is a report, 2 is a dashboard. Okay. Probably says 1 is a report, 2 is a dashboard. 1 report, 2 dashboard. Left is a report, right is a dashboard. Thank you, Selena. This is beautiful. And if you got it right, then congratulations. You are on your way to becoming a senior data analyst using Power BI. All right. So the left is a report. Why is the left one a report? What makes it a report? How do you know it's a report? Okay, so Nkululeko has given the answer because it has multiple pages. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And then we also have a dashboard over here. In today's lesson, we will be talking about the Power BI workflow. And after the workflow, we will start with our demo. We'll start with our demo. So we are about to get into our demo. And before we get into our demo, we need to understand the workflow, because, like I said, this is a certification training. After this course, you are a certified Power BI data analyst. And so you need to understand how work is done professionally. Even though we want to build visualizations, that is not the first thing we have to do. So to work on a project, you don't start with building the visualization. So we will watch a video. After the video, we will talk about the various processes and stages you go through to work in Power BI Desktop. So I'm going to share my screen and we'll watch one video and then we'll talk about it and then move forward.
With Power BI, you can view reports, explore data, and always stay up to date. Here's a quick tour so that you can get started fast. Home is where you find your content. If you don't have content already, look at Shared with Me and Recommended sections to discover what's available. If you install the Power BI mobile app, you can view any of this same content on the go. Let's take a look at a dashboard. Dashboards contain data from many sources in an at-a-glance view, organized as a series of tiles. Alerts on dashboards let you track changes to your data. Click on the ellipses for any numbered tile. Then manage alerts to set one up. Once you specify an alert threshold, you will be notified by email and on your mobile device if the metric changes. If you want to ask a question, just leave a comment from any dashboard tile. You can @mention other people to automatically notify them. While dashboards provide a summary, reports let you do detailed analysis. Click on any dashboard tile to navigate to a more detailed report. Here you have more tools to explore your data. Filter your view by selecting Values. We'll save these for the next time you return, but you can reset to the default view here. Click Data in Visuals to highlight the impact they have on other metrics on the page. If you want to analyze the data further, you can export any report visual to Excel. Click on the ellipses, then Export Data. You'll see that summarized data includes the data from the report visual, whereas underlying data is the detailed records, in this case, each sales transaction. Click Subscribe to get a copy of this report in your email inbox. If you don't have permissions to subscribe, you can always ask the data owner to subscribe you. Lastly, you can favorite your Power BI content. It will show up at the top of Home. Now it's time to start exploring on your own. If you want to learn more, check out more help content at the bottom of Home.
To work on a Power BI project, the first step and the first stage in the Power BI workflow is called Get Data. This is so important, and anytime you open to Power BI, the first thing the program tells you in Power BI Desktop is to get data. We will take the time and deep dive into it. Today, we are taking a high-level overview of the workflow for us to get this understanding as professionals. As professionals, the first step needs to mean more to you. Knowing how to get data, having the right data that will provide the right visualization. Getting the data is the first part because data analysis is supposed to solve a problem. And to solve the problem, you need to ensure that the data has the material to help us solve the problem at hand. So what the organization or the business wants to achieve through this particular task given to you, there has to be the right data that can solve that. So you, as a professional who is called to this task, must think about that. Number two, you need to know the source of the data to connect to it. In Power BI, you can connect to files, data files like Excel, like SQL. As files, you can connect to files, no problem at all. Apart from that, you can connect to databases, data warehouses. You can connect to data lakes. You can connect to cloud data. So getting the experience in connecting to multiple sources is part of what you should be concerned about. So the first part is, where does a company store their data? If it is a file, then very easy, you just load it. If it's on a server somewhere, you need to know how to get it. If you need to use an API, you need to know how to get it, and you need to know the API key to access it. If it is behind a login interface, you need to get the credentials to be able to provide the login interface and get access. So this is the first part you need to look at. Today's lesson is not about deep diving into it, but you can see already that there's a lot to learn about getting data. So we will take that as a separate lesson. The next part is even more important than the first part because the data can come in, but if the data is messy, then we know that the output of the work is going to fail. So in transform data, this is a time that you actually set up and ensure that your work comes out well. This is where professionals are seen. This is where experts are seen. And anyone who does a great job is the one who has taken the time to ensure that the data is clean and the data is right. Cleaning the data is a whole transformation process that may involve renaming columns or headers, renaming a whole lot of things, removing unwanted data, empty data, empty rows. It could mean removing duplicates. It could mean fixing a lot of errors. It could mean intentionally creating a new column for a specific purpose. It could mean performing calculations to generate a new column. For example, you may have to find a total out of multiple columns. The total column does not exist in the transform data. That is the time you need to do that. So you as the professional need to have the skill to transform data. Please type that in the chat for me, skill to transform data. And we will take the time to deep dive into that as well and understand how the data transformation works. So here you have seen that we clean and we shape data in this stage. This is step 2, and you need to focus on it and get it done well. There is a tool we mentioned yesterday that is used to do the data transformation. Who can remember the name of the tool we use for data transformation in Power BI? We mentioned it yesterday. If you missed yesterday's class, please go back and watch it. And there's a tool, and the first person to remember that tool is called Oluwafemi. Thank you so much. The tool is called Power Query or Power Query Editor. So when you see Power Query Editor, don't be surprised. It's an important tool that will help you get access to your data to be able to transform it. And then the fun part, where you build and you format your visualization, create your report and your visuals in step 3. And after that, you have to remember that you need to save your work, you need to publish it, and you need to share it. So these are the 4 stages you go through when working with Power BI. In our next lesson on Thursday, I'm going to ask you to tell me these 4 stages. And as a professional, you work with this workflow. You don't work anyhow. You don't just jump into Power BI. You need to follow this. As a professional, you need to follow this. Thank you. Next, we want to get into our live demo. And since we've been sitting for 1 hour, we want to take a break. After the break, make sure your Power BI is open and let's get ready to create our first report in Power BI. If you're excited, let me know in the chat. If you're excited, let me know in the chat. And I will see you after the break. I will see you after the break. So let's take 10 to 15 minutes and then we will get into a live demo. I'll see you after the break. Today, we are going to use Power BI Desktop and create something, and I'll allow everyone to present. And after presenting, if your work is okay, we will help you to publish to Power BI service, because to publish to Power BI service, you need to have a company account. So if you are using a free Microsoft account, you'll not be able to publish to Power BI service, but you can see and use your work in Power BI Desktop. But then those who do their works well, that I will verify because I want to see what you are doing. I will give you a login for you to be able to push your work to the cloud right now. So if you are here and you don't have Power BI Desktop, please go to the Microsoft Store and just search for Power BI over here. If you type Power Space BI, and who knows what BI stands for? If you know what BI stands for, please put it in the chat for me. Anybody who knows what BI stands for. So put it in the chat for me. So I hit enter and I have Power BI and it is loading. And over here, I'm going to see Power BI desktop. Let me see if someone posted in the chat. My chat's slow. All right, so someone says business intelligence. Thank you so much. I'm so excited when I see you guys participating. Yes, and it motivates me a lot. All right, so we have Power BI desktop. Remember, this is just one of the components we use. After your work, you push it to Power BI service, and you can also view your work in Power BI mobile. So the same access to Power BI service, you can have access to it in the mobile application. All right, so Power BI desktop is here. If you don't have it, please click on Power BI desktop. Please pay attention to the desktop. Open it and you can just install it. We have Power BI report. This is not what we are looking for. This is not what we are looking for. This is another application also for creating reports, but these are printable reports. Printable reports. So it's called Power BI Report Builder. So this is something you look at later in life. Yes, so we use it for printable reports. And this is the main interactive report. I have installed it, so I see open. If you have not installed it, you are going to see get. So you click on this and then you install it. For me, I have it installed. So let me click on it and I'm launching Power BI. If you can see my Power BI launching, let me know. I don't know what you are seeing on my screen. If my Power BI is launching, let me know. And let me be sure that you can all see my screen. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tolu. All right. So this is wonderful. So this is what you get when you install Power BI. This is the interface when you open it, and we are about to dive deep into it. All right. So let's get right into the live demo now. And we are creating a project that is titled Sales and Profit Performance Report for a Retail Store. Sales and Profit Performance Report for a Retail Store. I want this project to be done very well. I want you to take your time and do this well. Follow along. This is just a first project. We will get into details, learn all we need about Power BI, and we will work on a capstone project, which is bigger. But this project, I want it to be part of your portfolio. I want it to be part of what you show to employers. I want it to be part of what you publish online. And after this class, we want you to publish this work online in LinkedIn and also GitHub as well. Make sure this is preserved as one of your data analysis projects, and it will go a long way to help you in your future. So this is the title of the project. Take note of it, and the work we are doing, this is what is going to be the caption of it. And the first step is to get data. And again, I've made this particular demo a structured guide so that you can follow along. And apart from following along, you can also use the slides to review it. So we are going to go through it in a very structured way. And the first step is for us to get data. So let's get into Power BI now. And let me close this. I don't need it anymore. And this is my Power BI. Let me open my Zoom app. And the first step is to get data. Now, when you open to Power BI, this is the interface. You may see a different welcome screen, a pop-up splash screen. You can close it or you can click on get data from there. But over here, when you see this, this means you can immediately connect to data from multiple sources. So you can get data from Excel workbooks, You can get data from SQL servers. You can also work with sample data, especially if you are learning. Power BI has sample data that you can use. That's beautiful. And you can also connect to other sources for data. Now, when you see this, I want us to begin by clicking on blank report. So let's all click on blank report right now. And I believe your Power BI is open. Click on blank reports. Let's start from here. And once you click on blank report, this is what you see. This is what you see. We've already taught the interface. We are familiar with how Power BI looks like. And this is where we see our interface for building a visualization report. All right. So once you get here, the first thing right now is to get data. So you come in here again and click on get data. So let's start our project, our demo from here. Get data. So just click on here, get data. And to get data, you can click on this arrow to look for your data source. And you can click on more to get access to more data sources, or you can just click on the icon here to review the more data sources. All right, so this is what you see. And over here, we have access to several data sources. Sometimes your data is in Excel. You can just click on Excel. Sometimes it's a CSV file on your computer. You can click on it. And sometimes it is in the cloud. Sometimes you have it at other places. The data we are working with right now, let's click on other and we'll click on the web. So we are going to access our data from the web. Remember, there are other places to connect to multiple data sources, over 100 data sources. And if you are even using AWS, if you type Amazon here, you should see Redshift, Athena. You can connect to AWS, you can connect to Azure, you can connect to multiple data sources, databases, Microsoft Fabric, several online services. And right now, we are connecting to the web. We are connecting to the web because our data is on GitHub. All right. And so when you look at our slide, you can see that we have a link here. This link, what I'm going to do now is to share it with you because this is a link to the data. This is a link to the data. Or I can choose to go to GitHub with you and we will load the data from GitHub. All right. So to do that, we can just open to a browser and we can just go to, let me zoom in here. And we'll go to github.com/Rita Africa. You can click on this, github.com/Rita Africa. And when you get here, we have one repo here that is Power BI datasets. So please click on this Power BI dataset on GitHub. All of you have access to it. When you click on this, and if you are watching this video, this is how to get a dataset. You can see the dataset right here. This is what we are going to use for this project. So remember, your data can be on your computer, your data can be in an Excel workbook on your computer, or your data can be online like on GitHub. So click on this, and once you click on this, you open to the data set. You can see it over here. This is a large data set, just like we've been using Python for. We have several rows of data here, and we are going to use this to do a sales performance analysis. For you to get a link to the data, please take note carefully that you click on this. If you can see this, let me know in the chat, this thing right here. If you can see this, let me know in the chat. And when you click on it, you have access to the real data source. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So click on raw right now, everybody. And the first person to get a link should post it in the chat. So the link is a URL you see up here. This is the data, the link to the data. So this is all we are looking for. So just copy the raw link and now you can go back to Power BI. So if someone has a link, please post it in the chat and we will use this link to connect to our Power BI. Remember, You can connect to multiple data sources, both offline, online, and at multiple sources here. So just click on connect. And what you do now, if you are following along, just paste the URL here. Make sure you copied it well. If you made a mistake, you are not going to get it. If you missed the V in the .csv, you are not going to get it. Everything should be there, and you click on OK. So once you click on OK, if the link is not broken, you should see this. If you can see this, please take a screenshot and post it in the chat for me right now, if you can see this. So I want to see the first person who sees this. So just post this in the chat for me, and we will continue. So I just look for the first person, and I will move on. Thank you very much, Nkululeko. So Nkululeko was number 1. All right, so please pay attention here. Now, over here, you get access to web contents, meaning the data is coming from the web. And pay attention, there are several web sources, and you can connect to what we call anonymous here. If it is on a Windows server somewhere, you need to use Windows. And if the data requires credentials, you need to provide the credentials to connect to it. With this one, just leave it, don't touch anything. You can just browse through it with me for us to explore it. You can go to basic, and if it requires username and password, you can just enter it over here. Remember, the data may be on a server that requires authentication. The data may be through an API. If it's an API, you click on Web API, and over here, you provide what we call the API key. So if the data is accessed through an API and requires an API key, this is what you do. So what we are doing now, what we are learning now, is how to connect to data through the web. If it's on an organization account, you need to sign in to the Microsoft organization and have access to the data. Ours is a straightforward anonymous connection that requires no authentication. Once you have the link, just go back to anonymous and click on connect. When you click on connect and you do the right thing, if you did it right, it should open. So this is our first step, get data. And this is what you should see. And we can see our data right here. So step 1 is just done. So let me see this in the chat. If you are following, let me see this. I want to see the first person who can do this for me. Show me this screen if you have access to the data. And right now, we are all connecting to GitHub right now. Thank you very much. And I can see Richard doing it. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. I think Norbert was number 1. Norbert, thank you. All right. Beautiful. I'm super excited. All right. So now we are about to begin step 2. And if you remember step 2, please tell me in the chat before we continue. What is step 2 in building Power BI reports? What is step 2? What is step 2? Let me see in the chat. And this is a guided training. And step 2 is transform data. So this is what you are going to do. You are going to see a button here called transform data. Wait before you click. You are too fast. We have load and we have transform. Now load here, you click on it when everything is okay and the data does not require any transformation. If the data does not require any transformation, you click on load. But if the data requires transformation, and most definitely it will require some transformation, don't be quick to click on load, click on transform. Now, if you make a mistake and you click on load and you load the data, you can always go back to transform, because on the home tab, there is a link back to transform. So when we get back into the report view, I will show you where to go back to transform anytime you want. So right now, let's click on transform data, and it should open an application. And I like this application so much. This application has a beautiful name over here. And if you can see my screen well, please type what is showing here. And let me highlight it so that you can type it for me. This is the name of the application. And this application, let me see if someone has gotten it. I always want to know if my screen is visible. And someone says it is called a Power Query editor. That's beautiful. So this is a Power Query editor. It's just like Microsoft Excel within Power BI. And this is where you take your time, relax, and just transform your data. It is a beautiful environment. It is very easy to use. It is very simple. Once you get used to it, you like it so much. Yes, I would like to click on this to maximize it so that I can get a better view. And there are several panes here. One here is called queries. And over here, our data has been imported into a table, or what we call a query. You know, a query is also a table. And if you have multiple tables, you will see them here, and they are referred to as queries. And this is the name of the table, all right? And so anytime you are asked to input your table name, this is the name of your table. This name can be edited at any time. For now, we will just leave it as it is. All right. So to get a better view, let me just click on this to get a more expanded view so that we are really, really good to use our Power Query editor. I like this environment so much. Let me talk about this panel over here. Over here, we see query settings and we see the name of the table. I told you can edit it. You can change the name of the table over here. And over here, I like this so much. This one says, tell me what this says. Let me know if you can see my screen. And who can tell me what this says? Thank you so much. And someone says it is called, let me reload my charts, and it is called applied steps. All right, so applied step, I like it so much. It's just like the history pane in Photoshop. And history pane is like your clipboard history or your activity history, not clipboard, let me say activity history. So anything you do will display a step over here, like a history step, just like what your Git does. You can go back to a different version. So these are various versions of your data. If you make a change, it will appear here as a step. And if you realize that you've made a mistake, just go back to the previous step. So this is really, really nice, and you are going to use it and enjoy it a lot. Now, to know what to do, let's go back to our slide, and we are done with step 1. Let's move to step 2. Now, step 2, please pay attention. Step 2 is asking us to transform our data in Power Query. To transform our data, we need to fix the column types. We need to fix the column types. And so we are going to pay attention again, ensure that the following columns have the correct data types. So we are going to check the data types because when it comes to data cleaning or data transformation, you need to pay attention to everything. All right. We have to ensure that this column has the right data type, because if it doesn't have the right data type, it will not be able to be used for the manipulation we need. For example, if it is in the date data type, it means you can reorganize it in months, in days, in years, because it's in a date data type. It has those features. And for products should be in text, category should be in text, region should be in text, sales, because of the figures, should be in decimal, and cost should be in decimal. So I want us to go back and please look at what we are going to do. Let me zoom in a little over here. And when you see date, you can right click on it and you can go to change types and just tell me the type you see here. If you see date, that is correct. All right, leave it as it is. Date, it's okay. If you want to be sure that it is date, you can see it with this icon. This icon means date. Now, product, this icon already means text. So when you right click on this, You can go to change type and you can check and you can see that it is text. Okay, what we are going to do is to ensure that they all have the right data type. And this guided demo is helping you to know some of the important things to pay attention to. So this is really, really important. You need to pay attention to it. All right. Thank you very much. So category is also text. We can see here. Region is also text. Sales, you can see 1.2. Let me check. Let me check. And I see decimal. Wow. And the last one is cost. Let's look at something. If you pay attention, all the numbers and dates are italicized and they are aligned to the right. But you can see that these are supposed to be numbers, but they are aligned to the left. Someone should look at this and also check the type and tell me the type it is. Don't change it yet. I will ask you to change it, but don't change it yet. So just tell me the type of cost and let me know, first of all, if you got a type. And what is the type of cost? Someone says cost is text. Okay. Now, who can tell me the data type that cost is supposed to be in? Who can tell me the data type that cost is supposed to be in? Let me check in the chat again. And please remember that all of these are important parts of transformation. So this particular demo is guiding you to see some of the important things and to practice some of the important things. We will have lessons on every step again and go into details. So everyone is saying that cost should be decimal. All right. So to change it, it is just as I showed you. You can easily change it right from here to decimal, but don't change it yet. I will tell you why. Don't change it yet. Let's go back to our slide and we know what to do here, but let's move to the next step. Now, the next step here, we are going to do transformation by removing invalid rows. Invalid rows. Now, in the cost column, filter out rows that contain NA or other non-numeric values. Okay. So we are going to click on the filter drop-down on cost, and we are going to remove NA, or we are going to remove errors, or we are going to use remove errors after converting. Okay, so please pay attention. I'm going to explain something. This is why I asked you not to remove or not to change the data type in the previous step. So please watch this. If you go through this data, you are going to see somewhere that we have some NA in it. Did you see NA? Let me know if someone can see it. Let me just check quickly. All right, so someone says you can see NA. If you can see NA, just type NA. Thank you so much. So this tells you, please pay attention, that if this is not fixed, it will break down the whole visualization because we cannot use this column. First of all, it's in the wrong data type, and we have values that will conflict with any calculation that we want to perform. And there are a lot of them, okay? You can see another one. There are a lot of them. So our job here is to take our time and fix all these issues. So when it comes to data transformation or data cleaning, your job is to do all these simple things. You see what a professional data analyst does. These are some of them. Now, to fix this, because it is text, please watch this. Just like in Excel, you can use the filter icon here. And once you come to filter, please pay attention. You can filter out all of these values, and I'll explain it again and again. Now, when we scroll down, we can see NA over here. What we are going to do is to click on NA to remove it, and click on OK. When we click on OK, you can see that now there is a filter on this drop down. You can see that this drop down is different. This one is different, but this one has a filter. What this means is that we have removed anything that has NA in it. So this is one way to filter out. This is why I asked you not to change it. So please go ahead now and remove NA from your cost column. Remove NA, remove NA, remove NA. All right. Okay. All right. Now, if you are done removing NA, type NA in the chat. Thank you, Ibrahim. Great to see you, Ibrahim. Thank you, Cletus. If you are done using removing NA, type removing NA. So what we've done is to filter out. Thank you, Marasi and Roblin. All right. So now that we filtered it out, we can go ahead and do the conversion. Again, don't get this wrong. The conversion should have been done in step 1. I just wanted you to see the filtering process. That is why I asked you not to filter. So let's go ahead and right click. And now we have removed errors. We'll talk about that. But let's go to change type and change this to decimal now. So change it to decimal now and tell me if it's changed. If it has changed to decimal, type decimal in the chat. And you can see that cost has the icon 1, 2. And let me know if you have been able to change the data type. And thank you. Now pay attention here. If you don't change this, no calculation will work. And we are going to be doing some calculations. It wouldn't work. All right. If in step 1, you converted it to decimal, you will not see the NA at this step. But then you are going to see errors where the conversion didn't work because the NA is in text or it is non-numeric, and so it cannot be converted to decimal. So Power Query will display error. If you did it that way, if you use that approach, then this time you have to use remove errors. Right now, we are not going to use remove errors because we didn't follow that approach. We actually filtered out the NA. So we are good to go. All right, so let's move on to the next transformation. And it says that remove blanks from the regions. Click on the filter down on regions and uncheck blanks from regions. So this you should do yourself. Under regions, we have some blanks. Wait, let's check first. Let's go through the data and see if we can see some blanks. If you see any empty space, please type blank in the chat for me. I have seen my first one. If you go through it, there are a lot of them. If you go through it, you'll see them. There are 500 rows in this data set. I've seen a second one. So let me see if anyone has seen blank. If you've seen blank, type blank in the chat for me. Thank you all so much. Now, please watch this. If you don't remove this, you will have issues in your work. All right. This is why transformation is super important. So use the same filter approach and remove all blanks. Let me see who has done it. If you are done with this, type done in the chat for me. Remove the blank and type done in the chat for me. Okay. All right. Thank you. 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 All right. So in Cloleco, kindly close everything and don't save it and start again and catch up. You will catch up very soon. If you remember what we've been doing, try and catch up. You will just follow the steps we followed and it should work. Power Query is very simple. It is not complex at all. So just follow it and it will work. So you click here to filter. Remember in Microsoft Excel, we use these drop downs for filtering. So this is a great filter tool. So you click on this and then you can see that we have several regions and you can remove the blank and then click OK and it will filter out. For you to be sure, you should see the filter icon over here. With this filter icon, it means you have done filtering on this particular column. You've done filtering. All right, that's beautiful. So we are done with this. Our data is getting better and better, you see? Yes. Now, we have what we call rename. And this is optional, but if you want, you can rename products to product name and sales to total sales. Okay. And we are going to do just one. Don't do the sales. It will create some confusion later. So let's do the product. Okay, just to learn how to rename. So double click on the heading products. Just double click and change it to product name. And the reason we are doing this is just for you to see that renaming a column is possible. So if you have been able to rename your product name, type product name in the chat for me. If you've been able to rename it, just do that. Don't do the sales. Okay, so someone says, does the filtering clear rows associated with the filtered column? Most definitely, and not just the filtered columns, it goes through the entire data set. So all the columns will be affected and that row will be removed because it has issues and it will affect our reports. Remember, this is like data modeling, like building a machine learning model. That row is a bad nut. We just remove it. We don't need it because it will affect us. So we don't want it. We have enough data to build our analysis upon. So we don't need it. All right. So let me see who has been able to fix the product name. And I'm checking, and beautiful. Most of you have done it. All right. Now, I want you to take a look at applied steps and count the number of steps you have. Count the number of steps you have and let me know in applied steps. Let me know the number of steps you have. And thank you. All right. Thank you. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. All right. So you can see how Power Query is so simple. It is simple. It's not difficult at all. It's so simple. All right. Let's continue. All right. So don't do the sales. Don't change the sales. Let's leave it like that. And let's do two additional or one more transformation. And this time we are going to add a new column. And the new column, we are going to call it profits, just like I told you. We are going to create a new column called profits. To create this column, we are going to click on add column and we are going to use custom column and we are going to perform some calculation with this formula to create our column. So let's get back and do this. All right. So in your Power Query editor, there is a tab called add column. Add column. Go there and click on custom column. If you have done this, please type 1 in the chat for me. Type 1 in the chat. If you have done this, go to add column, custom column. If you've done that, please type 1 in the chat for me. Thank you, Tariro. You guys are amazing. All right. So this is what we are going to do. We are going to add a new column. The name of the column, please type profit over here. Remember, what we are doing here is affecting our data. It is not updating what is on GitHub. It is just modifying or transforming, that is the term, what we are going to move into our visualization or use for our visualization. Now, after typing profit, click here and double click on sales and type minus. You can add space or not and type costs or double click on cost. So you create a simple formula here yourself, sales minus cost. And if you see this and you can see that no syntax errors, have been detected, then your formula is right. Just click on OK and tell me if you got a profit column. If you did, please type profit in the chat for me. If you did, type profit in the chat for me. Let me see the first person who got a profit column, and I think Ibrahim beat Marasi to it. Okay, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. All right. All right. Now, I want you to pay attention to something. You see, these simple things we've done, it tells you how patient data analysts are to transform data, to look out for important little things, to get the data ready. Because if these things are not done, the reports will not be right. So the experience you are going to build in this particular training and with time will be how to understand the transformations to do and what to look out for, what to pay attention to. Now, before we end the step 2, I'm seeing an issue with the profit column. I want someone to tell us what issue we may have with the profit column. What issue we may have with the profit column. Look at it carefully because data analysts pay attention to detail. And I think someone, yes, Tariro, thank you. Tariro says the data type is displaying ABC123. I like that. Okay. If we don't fix this right now, we may have issues. You see, it is still italicized. It is still 123, but the data type is some way. So what data type should we use? Who can tell me the data type we should use? Quickly, and we get into it. Thank you, Lucretia. Great to see you. And the data type we should use, someone says it is decimal. So let's all change this to decimal and let's go there and decimal. Yes, so you see it's not selecting, but choose decimal. And by doing this, you have solved a lot of problems. Anyone who doesn't do this will come back later and say that, sir, I'm getting this error. Mine is not working. Mine is not working. It's not working on my computer. I'm getting this error. But with this, you are good to go. All right. So let me check our slides to see if we have any transformation yet to do. And we are done. What is left is to apply the changes, and we are done with step 2. So let's go back to the home tab and click on close and apply. Just click on close and apply. And when you do that, you should be brought back to here and it should load and apply your transformation without errors. If you're able to get yours without errors, and please make sure you are connected right now. Beautiful. If you got yours done without errors, please type done in the chat for me. Type done in the chat for me. If you got yours loaded without errors, type done in the chat. Francis got it. Robley made it. And let's see. Petrus also got it. Marasi. Zeph. Oh, Zeph. Great to see you, Zeph. And Lucretia, thank you all. All right. Okay, fine. So now we have solved step 2, and you can see how important step 2 really is. And without step 2, step 3 will not be possible. This is why you take your time and you work with step 2 and step 1. Make sure you get them right. And this is how professionals do it. And you can see that we are really on course. Now, step 3 is what you've been waiting for. And who can tell me what step 3 is? Let me know in the chats in the workflow. Step 3 in the workflow is, and we will get into step 3. And someone says step 3 is where Okay. Yeah. The 3 is visualization. Thank you, Marasi. So it's time to build our dashboard. It's time to build our report. Let me use report, not a dashboard. Yesterday, we got a clarification, and it's time to work. Now, before we get into the exciting part, let's pay attention to the data pane over here. In the data pane, we can see our data here. When you click on this, it will drop down this. It will drop this down. Now, these are the measures we are going to be using to build our visualization. And we are going to use these visualizations to help build our beautiful visualization. Now, at the far left, we see our report view, and that is where we are. And right here, this is going to be our workspace. This is where the action is going to happen. This is where we are going to create our visualization. And this is where our page 1 is going to live. All right. Now, before we start working, I want you to click in the table view and tell me what you see. Don't tell me, take a screenshot of the table view and post it in the chat. Remember, yesterday when we went to the table view during the tour, we didn't see anything because there was no data. Now that we have data in the table view, I want to see what you see. What do you see in your table view? Marasi is on point. Robley, of course, on point. And I can see David. Great to see you, David. And Francis, thank you all. All right. Now, let's move on to the next model view. And please take a screenshot of this one as well and post it in the chat. Take a screenshot of this one too and post it in the chat for me. Let me see the first person to get me the model view. All right. And as we advance, thank you, Marasi. As we advance in Power BI, we will be building relationships. Please type relationships in the chat for me. Relationships. Type relationships. Yes. Most of you are in relationships. Type relationships. And I'm not talking about the relationships you are thinking of. I'm talking about data relationships. And you will be establishing relationships. If you are used to Access, you know that we establish relationships within our data. If you are used to SQL, you know that we establish relationships, and it is very, very important to establish relationships so that your tables and your data can communicate. Okay, your data can communicate. All right, you can have customers in one table and you can have orders in another table. Through the relationship, you are able to pull the customer orders from the orders table and join it to the customer data in the customers table. For example, we can pull a customer name, customer address, and add his orders to it. And the data must come from the two tables to be able to give us the query we are looking for. Without relationships, that will not be done right. That will have errors, okay? So that will not work out. So it is very important that you establish relationships. In this demo, we only have one person, a bachelor. We only have a single table, so we are not establishing any relationships yet. In other projects, we will have multiple tables and we'll be able to establish relationships. All right. So later on, we will come to DAX and we will talk about the beautiful DAX language, and you see how simple it is. For now, let's get to the interesting part of our project. And if you are following, please let me know in the chat. I want to be sure that you are following. Yes, I want to be sure that you are following. If you are following, let me know. Thank you. Thank you. All right. And if you are following, you can see that we started with data. You can get data. You can get from Excel, get from all of these, SQL, and you can see this. Please type this in the chat for me. Type this in the chat for me. Don't click on it. Don't click on it. We are not going to click. I just want you to type this in the chat for me. And someone says that this one is called enter data. This means instead of importing data, you can also enter data. You'll be given the Power Query window to create your own columns and enter your own data, just like we've been using Pandas to create our own data frames. You can enter your own data and use it for your report. Take note. I'm going to show you another beautiful thing. This one here is under the queries group, and it is called transform data. Did I even say it? I wanted you to tell me. All right. So if you see transform data, this is what I want you to do. I want you to click on it. Click on the icon, transform data. Click on it, and after you click on it, take a screenshot and post in the chat for me. If you are following, click on transform data, not enter data, transform data. After, take a screenshot and post it in the chat for me. Take a screenshot and post it in the chat for me. Let me see the first person who will be able to do that. And the first person who was able to click on transform data and to give me the screenshots is Robley. Now, thank you. By this time, you should be familiar with that environment. Who can tell me the environment you are seeing now after clicking on transform data? Who can tell me what you are seeing now? Who can tell me what you are seeing now? If you can tell me and you are right, I will know that you are really paying attention. And the first person says, this is Power Query. Thank you, Cletus. All right. So you can always go back to transformation. If you see an error, you can always go back. When you are done, you close and apply. If you want to go back, you click on it. When you are done, you close and apply. And if you want to reload your data for any reason, you can click on refresh to reload the data. Isn't this amazing? Isn't this amazing? I think this is really, really cool. This is really, really cool. All right. So if you are ready for the visualization, let me know ready in the chat. Ready in the chat? Ready? Ready in the chat? Okay. Richard, great to see you. And we are now going to build the main thing. And to build the main thing, I want everyone to be here. And this is where the real fun begins. This is where the real fun begins. All right. So I believe everyone is ready for the fun part. Okay. So to get into it, let us go back to our slide and go to number 3. This is where we begin the interesting part of building visualizations. But before we get into it, let's do some modeling first. and create what we call some DAX measures. DAX measures. And please type DAX measures in the chat for me. And let me see that you are following. Some type DAX measures in the chat. And when you are done, type key metrics. Type key metrics as well in the chat. Key metrics, key metrics. So DAX measures, key metrics. Do that for me, and I will be happy. DAX metrics for key metrics, and we will get into some fun parts. You can see that what we are building right now is really making sense, and I believe by the time we are done, you will be very excited and you will be happy that you have gotten this exposure to Power BI and this understanding. You will be happy that you have acquired it. All right, so let's get into it. And to do that, we are going to use what we see here, and watch me do the first one and you will follow along. So we are going to go to the modeling tab. Modeling tab. Please type modeling tab in the chat for me. Type modeling tab in the chat for me. And after we get to the modeling tab, I'm going to show you another thing. After we get into the modeling tab, we are going to create what is called a new measure. So please type new measure as well in the chat for me. Type new measure in the chat for me. New measure. So modeling tab and new measure. Please type that in the chat and we are good to go. All right, so let's get to it. So let me go back and go to the modeling tab. So over here, you can see that we have a tab called modeling, and then we have what is called new measure. So before we start, I want you to pay attention to the measures we have here. These are measures here that we'll be using for visualization. But before we use them, we want to create some new measures. So click on new measure. And the first new measure, if you are following the slides, let me check what we have. It says that we are going to create a new measure called total sales, and it's going to be the sum of all the sales. So look at what is going to happen. This new measure here, double click on it, or you can clear everything here and type total sales like this. Watch this, like this, and it is equal to the sum. Just type SUM, open parenthesis, and is a sum of sales. So type sales, you will see your table into brackets sales, or your table with a square bracket sales. Hit tab and you'll have this. This is the DAX expression language. Total sales equals to sum of sales. But the sales comes from the table. So remember the name of our table, and then this is a column. This is why I told you not to rename the total sales to total sales. This is why I told you not to rename the sales to total sales, because we will be creating a measure called total sales. And if you had renamed it, by this time, you'll be having some conflict. And so if anyone did a renaming, please go back to transform data and call it sales. Call it sales. Once you have this, just hit enter and it will create it. After creating it, check your measures, and if you can see it over there, let me know. If you can see it, the total sales at the data pane, let me know. All right, let me create mine again. I don't know what is, okay. There's a pop-up I'm not seeing. All right, so let me get it right. Okay, good. Okay, so insertion failed because the database is full. Okay, so please let me see anyone who got the new measure total sales. And if you got it, let me know in the chat. Can't see it in the pane. All right, so the done I'm seeing. Okay, so it means others have it. All right, so let me check this error. It said insertion failed because the database is full. An error occurred while attempting to update a row in the system table. Okay. Okay. So let me delete this and create it again. Hopefully. So we have total sales and it is equal to the sum of sales. I got it. So if you didn't get an error, please type 3 in the chat for me. If you didn't get an error, type 3 in the chat for me. Okay, thank you, Robley. All right, so you guys are doing it. Beautiful, beautiful. So pray that I don't get any errors so that our class will not be interrupted like yesterday. Yesterday, I was fully charged to do this, but you saw what happened. All right. So please, if you understand how to use the DAX expression language, create all these measures for me. Follow the same process and create all these measures. And if you are done, type 5 in the chat. Take your time and do it well, but I still want to see the first person who got it. If you are done, type 5 in the chat for me. If you are done, type 5 in the chat for me. Create all of these measures, and I want to be sure that you've done the right thing. Thank you. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. So create it. Create it. Wow, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Okay. All right. I'm happy when we are learning whilst doing. I think that's how to learn. Learning is fun when you are doing. So please don't just be watching this. Don't be watching this. If you are watching this video, please get your machine and do it. Real learning comes from doing. Yes. So let's do this. All right. So I can see you all creating. You are creating. I can see Lucretia creating. I can see Tariro working. Titus is working. Lois Ominde is working. I can see John working. Francis working. Marasi, Robley, John. I can see you guys working. That's beautiful. I'm happy to see that you guys are working. Everyone should be working. Please, if you're not working, make sure you work. And this, wow, Lois Ominde, powerful. I can see all the measures. I can see total cost. I can see total profit. I can see profit margin. Wow, you did that one. And then total orders. Beautiful. Beautiful. Lois Ominde was number 1. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's beautiful. Let me see the next person who will also post. And that's so wonderful. All right. So the next person to post, let me see. Hey, Newman. All right, so please, let's get working. Let's get working. I can see Jovia in the house. Jovia, congratulations on your success. You have truly proven yourself. To get a certification, nobody should think that it's an easy job. It is not easy at all. It's not easy at all. And anyone who gets certified needs to be celebrated because it is not easy. It's not easy at all. Yes. So congrats to Jovia and congrats to all those coming. As we speak, others are booked for the exam and they are working. So we'll hear from them soon. Thank you, Marasi. All right, this is beautiful. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and work on mine. Next is total costs. And we are going to use these same calculations. So let me go to my environment and go to modeling and create a new measure. And this new measure is called total costs. Total cost. So I'll just type total cost equal to the sum into brackets of costs. Enter, and I got it. Beautiful. The next one is called total profits. It's a sum of profits. So new measure is called total profit, which is the sum of profits. Of profits. Enter, and I got it. Next one is going to be profit margin, and this is not sum. This is divide profit by total sales. Total profit divided by total sales. All right, so profit margin, let me type that. New measure, profit margin. Let me zoom in a little. Profit margin equals to divide function. This is a function. And you can see the syntax over here. The numerator, profit margin is total profit. I can see it here as a numerator, comma, the denominator is total sales. And there is another parameter there. We are not going to use it today. Let me hit enter and see if I got it right. And I have profit margin, beautiful. And my last measure is called count rows, total orders, count rows. Okay, so new measure called total orders. And the function, this is a function, is called count rows. You can see how simple this is. And what rows are we counting? We are counting the table. We are counting our table. Our table is called Power BI sales. Okay, so don't type table, please. Type the name of your table and you can see it over here. And let me hit enter. Beautiful, I got it. All right, so this is DAX. This is DAX, and in a few words, I want you to tell me what you think about DAX. So the DAX that we heard about, some people were so afraid that this DAX is going to be a complex language that we have to learn. But tell me in few words, what do you think about DAX after what you just did? What do you think about DAX? DAX is simple. Thank you, Robly. Thank you, Robly. I love that. I love that. I love that. Let me see what someone else said. DAX is interesting. Yes, simple and easy to apply. Ruben, thank you. Marcy says easy. That's beautiful. So you see how easy it is. Okay, let's check our slide. You see how I designed this slide? It's a guided demo. So now let's get into some fun. And we are going to create our KPI cards. Please type KPI cards in the chat for me. KPI cards. And let's get into it. KPI cards. Thank you, Robly. All right. Now we are going to create Let me check how many cards. We are going to create total sales cards. We are going to create total profits card, profit margin card, and total orders card. 4 cards. All right. And we'll create it in the report view. We are going to use a card visual. Please type card visual in the chat for me to display each of the following cards. So please type card visual. Card visual. Okay. So thank you very much. And let's get started. So this is a time that's at long last, we zoom in on our visualizations. This one here is called stacked bar chart. This is called stacked column chart. This is called clustered bar chart. And this is clustered column chart. Remember the difference between bar charts and column charts. And this is line chart. This is our scatter chart. This is our pie chart, donut charts, and a whole lot. And in this particular demo, I want to draw your attention to certain things. Please pay attention. I'll draw your attention to one visualization that is called card. Okay, this is what I asked you to type. It's called a card. Then we will be using a visualization called slicer. Later, we'll be using slicer. Take note of slicer. So when I ask you to select a slicer, you know where to go. We will be using a line chart, and we will be using a bar chart. So if you are ready, let's get into it. Let's click on the card. Click on card. Let's click on it, and a card will show in your workspace. A card will show. Just click on it. After clicking on it, the first card we want is called total sales. So go to your data pane and just check total sales. Make sure this card is selected. And if you see something like this, capture it and let me see in the chat. This is called a card. And you can see how this card is quickly showing you KPIs of your total sales. All the sales in the data set, we have captured it here. So you saw how the measure we created allowed us to put all our sales together, and now we can see the sales just like that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. After doing it, click outside to deselect it. Okay. If you don't deselect it, anything you do again will affect it. So deselect it. And if you remember how to create this card, please create all these cards for me now. 4 cards. 4 cards. I'm giving you 5 minutes to create these 4 cards. So please start work. Create your cards. If you're able to create all, then you put your screenshot in the chat for me. Don't worry too much about the arrangements. I'll tell you how we arrange it. But there's a tip here that says that okay, the profit margin is supposed to be a percentage. Okay, all right. So I can guide you on how we'll create the profit margin. So just create 1, 2, and 3. Total sales, total profits, and then total orders. Do that and post it in the chat. I'm waiting. And we will create the profit margin. You can leave that one out. I'll ask a few questions and we'll do it. Okay. That's beautiful. Right. So this is getting fun. I can see, wow, most of you have done it. Hey, Lucretia, how did you do this? Wow, that's beautiful. All right, so let's do this. We are creating these cards. The next one is total profit, and you can see that we can click on card and just check total profit. And we have our total profit here. I'll show you how we will arrange it quickly very soon. Next one is profit margin. Let me do total orders before I do profit margin. So I click on card and then I have total orders. So I like to know, this is beautiful. I know that there are 488 orders already. That's nice. That's nice. See? So we are already viewing the KPIs in our business. All right. So the profit margin, so we have profit margin here. Let me see. Let me just check what that profit margin. I think, okay. So we created this here, profit margin. I think we created it, or it came by itself. Maybe we did, maybe not. But this is not what I want us to use. This is not what I want us to use right now. Later on, we will come and do some formatting, and I will tell you a few things. But right now, I want us to do something else with this. All right. So this is what we are going to do. Okay, so this one here, I'm just going to delete it. And we are going to create a new measure to create a profit margin percent. Okay, we are going to create the profit margin percent as a new measure. So this is what we are going to do. To create a profit margin percent, now that we have profit margin, we can even do it in another way, make it very simple. But let's create a new measure, and this new measure, I'm going to call it profit margin percent. And this profit margin percent, we will use division, and we can also use multiplication. So we already have profit margin. Let me type profit margin to make it simple. We have profit margin already. Let me zoom in for you to see well. We have profit margin already. I'm just trying to remember when we created it. Sorry. And I want to say that times 100 to create a profit margin percent. Okay. So let me create a card here and click on profit margin percent. And we have this. So please do it this way. And I want to see the percent sign on it so that we can easily tell that this is 35%. We could have performed a new calculation to make it 35%. I mean, to recreate the profit margin, but since we have it already, just multiply by 100 and have this. All right. Now, let's quickly do some arrangements, and I want to show you some arrangements that you do, and then we will continue quickly. And the first thing I want you to do now is to move everything away from the top. Click on text box here, text box, just click once, and then you start typing sales. You can see it appearing in there, so small. Let me change the font size. You can increase the font size, 32 bold. And let me see if we can use something like 44. And this, just open this to make it full weight. And let's type sales and profits performance reports into bracket 2024. And let's align the whole thing to center. The font size is 44 bold. And then we are going to move this thing, this here, so that it properly arranges it well. And to get more space, you can remove your filter pane, collapse your filter pane, so you can see it well. All right, and let me see if the font, let's make it 42 rather, or let me try 40. Okay, I think 40 is good. So please use 40 bold and just position this nicely up here, just like I've done. After that, the arrangement, we are going to put total sales first. So total sales will come up here and follow the arrangement I'm doing. Just follow the arrangement I'm doing. Total sales. After total sales, we bring total profit here and follow the arrangement I'm doing. And then next one, bring profit margin next to it like this. And with profit margin, we will reduce it a little bit, reduce the width a little bit. So please follow what I'm doing. And then we'll add the total orders here. Same height and somewhere fine like this. I think this is cool. All right. So please do this. If you make a mistake and create a new visual, just delete it. And just do this nicely. See how I have arranged it. Please arrange it the same way. And if you have done that, let me see how you did it. If you've done this, let me see. Please follow my arrangement. When we are done, I'll allow you to rearrange how you want it to look like. So let me see who has done mine arrangement. The heading is called text box. Get it from the top here, and please ask a lot of questions. If you don't get anything, click on text box and do that. So let me see if somebody has been able to arrange it like mine. Lucretia, you are too much. Hey, wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Make sure they have the same height and the borders are the same. The borders have the same height. So check the first one, Lucretia, and just try and do what I'm doing. All right, see, okay, you've done it. The only thing is that your font is not the font I used. My font is called this, however you pronounce it, Segoi UI. So you can use that font. All right, see. And please follow how I'm creating it. For me, I'm a designer, so I like to design things in a certain way. So you can see that the spaces are the same, the height are the same, the space in between here, the gutters here, they need to be the same. All right, and just follow what I've done. When we finish, you'll love what we will create. All right, thank you. Okay, just practice, you get it. You get it. Please, this is a fun part. I want it to look nice. Remember, this is visualization. Okay, as a data professional, you have to have some UI abilities. Yes, for me, I love to design. I love designing. So that's beautiful. Robly, I love your work. Okay, so that is it. That is it. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue. And let's follow our slide. So the next thing is to create the main visualization. So please watch here. We are going to create a bar chart and we are going to do its sales by product category. The x-axis is going to be category, y-axis is going to be total sales, and we are going to use a visual called clustered bar charts. So let me go here, deselect everything, click outside, and I'll look for clustered bar charts. This is my clustered bar chart. This one right here. Clustered bar charts. All right, so I will click on clustered bar charts and I'm going to show you something here. So please pay attention to this part. The x-axis is supposed to have category and y-axis is supposed to have total sales. But watch what will happen. Make sure your visualization is selected. X-axis, you are supposed to have categories. Let's click on categories here. Category, you can see it here. Just check it. Then you can see that it has appeared in the y-axis instead of the x-axis. Let's try moving it to the x-axis and see. Okay, so we've been able to put it in the x-axis. But see what is happening here. If I move it to the y-axis, this is what happens. If I move it to the x-axis, this is what happens. Now the slide is saying that you should put it in the x-axis, but I'll tell you something. And y-axis says we should put y-axis says we should put what is called total sales. Or y-axis, total sales. So let's bring total sales to y-axis, and mine is not working. Let me check it. And it's appearing in the x-axis. Please watch this carefully. I want to show you something here. I'm trying to bring it to the y-axis. It's not working. Total sales is not working. Total sales is not working. It's not working, and it will never work. So is the slide wrong? No. This is where you need to think and understand what is going on. We are trying to create a particular chart. This particular chart is a bar chart. But please watch this. What's the slide? And I intentionally left that error there. What the slide wanted, what the slide meant, please pay attention and understand what I'm saying, is for us to use a column chart. If I switch this to a column chart, remember this is a column chart, watch this. The x-axis can now take total sales. Let me bring this category here. It is working. Okay. This is working. Okay, total sales is not moving here. This is working like this. Total sales is not working. Let me explain it this way. This is a column chart, and this right here is a bar chart. Please watch this. On a bar chart like this, we are supposed to see the names on the y-axis, and the measures should be on the x-axis. Please watch this. On the x-axis, this is where we should have the numerical values, and the y-axis should have the categories. Please listen carefully. Because of the type of chart you are using, if you try to put the categories here, watch what happened just now. See what just happened. By moving the categories to the y-axis, this is what we have. But the category has no issue coming to the x-axis, but the x-axis, or let me put it this way, the y-axis for this chart, listen carefully, cannot take numerical values. This is why it is not working, and it will never work, because for this type of chart, if you put the numerical values on the y-axis, it is wrong. However, if we change this to a column chart, let's see how the changes will look like. Okay, so with this one, it is the same. Just understand what I just meant. The y-axis should be the categories. The y-axis should be the categories, and the x-axis should be the numerical values. Let's put it that way. All right. So if you have this, you should have total sales by category like this. Total sales by category looking like this. And the products are here: electronics, kitchen, apparel, furniture. And you can place it nicely under this with some small space like this. And I want you to align it to somewhere here and make it go down a little, and let's increase it like this. All right. Okay. So let me bring this down a little, and I want to bring all of these ones down, just one step down, just one step down, just one step, not two steps, just one step down. Okay, so for mine it's okay, but I want yours to appear really well. So I want it to be well aligned, and I want your report, your heading, to also be free with some space. I want your heading to also be free with good enough space. So this is why I brought it down just a little bit. Okay, good. And you can see what I'm doing. I'm using the arrow keys to move it, and I'm just positioning it well vertically, because as a designer, I'm thinking of the look and feel. I'm thinking of the space at the top and the space at the bottom. I want them to be uniform, and I want it to have some space between. I want it to be properly aligned, okay? So by doing this, what this means is that you are conscious of the arrangement. So arrange it nicely. Let them be well arranged. Let them be well arranged. And right now, I am having a lot of fun with what I'm seeing. This looks really, really good. Looks really, really good. Okay, so mine is doing well. Mine is okay. So please do this, and if you have this well arranged, please post it in the chat for me. Let me see. It will be done very, very soon. Anybody with this? Anybody with this? And you can see that we are getting there. Okay, Marasi, you are too much. Marasi is too much. Okay, so next, what we are going to do is to check our slide again. We are done with this visualization, okay? And please pay attention to what I mentioned over here. Later, you understand it. We are creating a line chart called monthly sales trend. X-axis will be date set to month level, and Y-axis will be total sales. The visual is a line chart. So make sure you deselect everything and click on a line chart. You see the visual here nicely. And we are going to select dates, and the date, I'll show you something about dates. You can click on dates, and when you click on dates, all you see here is year, but we want to format it by month. So please watch this. Because this date is in the right format, you can drop down here and you can see something called date hierarchy, and it will show you year, quarter, month. Check months like this. Check months. And this month is supposed to be on the x-axis. So let's check if on the x-axis we have date by month. Beautiful. Then the y-axis, we need total sales. We want all the sales. So we check total sales. And you can see that even before dragging and dropping, you can see that Power BI is able to detect what you are trying to do, and it's able to place it at the right place for you. So this is coming together really nicely, and arrange this like this. Make sure yours look close to mine, and this is nice. You can click on this, see what is happening. Wow, Wow. This is beautiful. You can see what is happening. I can click outside here and it will stop. All right. So please do your best to get something close to mine. If you have this, please post it in the chat. Let me see it. We are almost there. We are almost there. We are almost there. I don't even know if yesterday we could have finished with the demo. We are almost there. Add your line charts and post it in the chat. And beautiful, beautiful. Lois Ominde and Zeph. I can see you guys are having fun. And please click on these products and let me see if the data changes. Just click and let me tell you. If the data changes, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. So this means your Power BI report is interactive and can help you analyze your sales. Please watch this. When I click outside, I know that there are 488 orders. But when I click on only electronics, I know that there are 155 electronic orders. This makes a lot of sense. I can see that we have 35% of profit in electronics. I can see the trend of only electronics. This is really cool. I can see the total profit of electronics, total sales. Wow. Let me go to kitchen products and I see it. I see that. Oh my. And I can compare all these categories and see what is happening. I can see which product is leading right from here. Look at this visualization. My goodness. We are not done. We are not done. We are not done. Oh my goodness. Someone says it is changing. Someone is on fire. Someone says it does. Wow. That's beautiful. I'm super excited. All right. So this changing is really part of what Power BI is, how you are able to create interactive visualizations. And to do it really well, you need to add something we call slices. Slices. So please type slices in the chat for me. And we'll add slices and we'll be done. Type slices and we will be done. Type slices and we will be done. Type slices in the chat and we will add some slices and we will be done. So thank you. We are going to add 3 slices and we are done with our demo. This demo is so nice. I'm enjoying it. Okay, so let me check our slide and it says that we should add 3 slices. One is called region, one is called category, and one is called date. All right, so we are going to add 3 slices. The first thing to do is to deselect everything. Click on slices or slicer, and this slicer is here. This one is for region. So let's look for region somewhere here and check region and see this. Look at this. Wow. Now, you know why I left some space at the right side. When I click on east, let's say branches, I know what is happening in this branch. I can add 2 branches or this particular branch too. I can hold control and add another branch. This is called region. So please create this slice and this particular one, we are going to place it here. It's called a slicer. We are going to place it here. This is why I added a lot of space. I created a space at the right side. So follow my work, arrange yours, and leave some room at the right for your slices. And we are creating 3 slices, okay? 3 of them, 3 of them. So this one here is called region. It's called region. It's called region. And if you understand how to create a slicer, please create 2 additional ones and wait for me to show you how we will do the drop down. For the date one, make sure it is in the month hierarchy. It is showing months, not years. All right, I've already mentioned that to you. So create all 3 slices, leave the region. I'll show you how to convert it to a drop down, and make sure you have category slicer and date slicer. So 3 slices. Then format the date into month, year format, and we will convert this to a drop down. So anyone who has created all 3 slices, post it in the chat, arrange it well, and I will show you how we will convert the region to drop down. Okay. So just use a slicer and select region. Just a click. Oh my God. Power BI is very easy to use. And here you apply all your data analysis skills to use this to really create a visualization and a report and a dashboard for a company. Look at this. Which company will not like to see this? Every business owner wants to see what we are seeing now. These regions here talks about branches. You can check what is happening in one branch, what is happening in another branch. Wow. This is really nice. What is happening in the business? So anyone who has this done, I want to see. Add all the 3 slices if you understand what that means. And let's continue. This is really, really beautiful. Okay. The way the time is, it means I may not get a chance to teach my Python. Let's finish with this, and we will move the Python to another time. I thought this was going to be very short. We wanted to do this yesterday. Okay, Marasi. Wow. Okay, so please make sure it doesn't spoil anything. I want to see your entire report page. So arrange it well, and I want you to follow my arrangement, okay? Arrange it at the right. Don't let it spoil any other visualization. All that we have here should be there. We are just adding 2 more slices. Thank you, Marasi. Oh my God, Lucretia, you are too much. You are too much. All right, so let me create my next slicer called category. So I click on slicer and I click on category. Just check category. And I have 4. You see, the categories are 4. So just see how mine is. So simple. So simple, like this. You are done. I create my next slicer. Then I set this one to date. I click on date. Let me drop this down. Date hierarchy. And I will use months. That's all. Look at mine. Just like this. This is all I want you to do. And by this, you can click on February and see the sales in February, orders in February. Wow. 29 orders in February. That is a lot. I mean, that is really nice. It reveals a lot. You can see the trend in February. Let's see January. Look at the trend in January. Look at May. So this tells you that, okay, so you can see that kitchen was top in July. I like this. I like this. When you deselect, you see everything. So make sure you have these 3 like this. And so far, it is Lucretia who is very, very close. And I can see that most of you have done it as well. All right. So lastly, we are going to convert this region to a drop down. Let's see how we can do that. Select the region and let's go to this format your visual and let's see slicer settings. And you can see vertical list. Change this to drop down. After doing this, you can see that you have this as a drop down. I like it. I like it. I like it. Let me click on values and let me increase the font size to 14. All right. Please, I'm just doing this like this. Font size to 14. And I want this to be shorter. That is why I am doing this. I just wanted it to be shorter. That's all. I wanted it to be shorter. So that I wanted it to be shorter. Good. So that I can arrange these ones well. Because you can see that the month one is broken. I don't want it to break. So I want the month slicer to be full. I don't want to see this vertical. I want to see January to December in full. In full, like this is okay. So this is why we are doing all of this, so that it will look better. So this category must come up so that it is not affected by the rest. So you can see how I have aligned all my slices at the right so nicely. See, I'm even using my arrow keys to move it. You can see it. Wow. You see? And you can see how really, really nice my work looks. Oh my God. I can change this to the north. I can change this to west. I can change to February. I can change to apparel. And this is so cool. Wow. I'm done with everything I need to do here. And now we move on to step 4. So I will let you take your time and do this. Please take a screenshot of mine. Take a screenshot of mine. Make sure your work is like this. Next time, I will let you present your work. If I find it as appealing and visually clean like mine, I'm going to help you to publish to Power BI service. Right now, I want us to save our work. So let's go to File. Let me change the slide first. Okay, so all this we've done already. So step 4 means save your work. We are going to save it as sales performance report, not dashboard. So please go to File and Save As. And please, because of something, once you go to Save As here, okay, you choose where you want to save it. I mean, browse your device, know where you want to save it. I'm just saving mine right here. Let me see if lesson 2 folder is here. Okay, I'll save it here. And it's called, watch this. This is what you do. Please pay attention. I hope you are listening to me. Type your first name or your surname. Okay. I am typing Darlington _ sales performance report. Okay, so please type this. Start with your name, your first name, your last name, whatever you like. And I'll explain why later. So save it like this. Remember, it's a Power BI file. So leave this like that, don't touch it. Don't touch the Save As type and click on Save. After saving, you have done what you are supposed to do, and you have built a beautiful report. Oh my God, this is so nice. Someone is saying, Sir is so excited today. Okay, so with a vertical list, please click on this slicer and come here to this particular button, format your visual, go to slicer setting, change the style from vertical list to drop down, and you are good to go, Krisha. All right. You are good to go. Okay. All right. So save your work, and if you are done saving, type saved, saved, saved. At the top left here, you should see your file name here, Darlington Sales Performance Report. I can see mine. If you have saved yours, type saved in the chat, and we are good to move on. Thank you. Lois Ominde has saved. John, Richard. All right. So take your time and do this work. And this is a guided demo. This means I'm going to inspect your work. Okay. So now I'm going to teach in a different way. I'm going to inspect your work. Before you are certified, you have to show your work. I have to inspect your work. All right. So over here, we are supposed to save locally. That's what we just did. Don't save it as a dashboard, save it as a report, sales performance report with your name. And number two, we are publishing it to the Power BI service. All right, so let me show you how you do that. And if your work is done, you'll see publish here. All you have to do is to click on it. And if you have a workspace, you click on my workspace. I have a workspace because of this. Let me cancel it. At the top here, you can see my name. And this my name is connected to my Rita Africa account. All right. Yours will not work if you don't have a company account. All right. Mine is going to work because I have a company account. And so I'm going to show you how to have a company account so that you can always publish to Power BI service. Because Power BI service is not for free users. I mean, you can have it for free without paying for it, but the account it runs on should be a company account or a personal domain, not Gmail, not Outlook, not live.com, not any other mail. If you do your work right, after my inspection, I'm going to give you an email that you use from Rita Africa to publish your work for now. But then I'm going to show you how you can also register a company account. To register the company account, you will use Microsoft 365 Business, not personal, Microsoft 365 Business, and you have to sign up for a business Microsoft 365 account. If you have a domain like ritaafrica.com, you can connect it to it. If you don't have a domain, Microsoft will allow you to create a temporary domain for free. And that domain is yourcompany.onmicrosoft.com. So you are going to get a on Microsoft domain, and that is perfect and can be used to publish all your Power BI works. Once you sign up for that, with that email, you can register for Power BI for free. For now, because of classwork, I will allow those who have done the right work to get a Rita Africa lab account for the publishing. Let me publish mine first before I talk too much. Let's make sure that mine works. I'm going to see something here. Please type what you see here. If you can see this, type it for me. Let me be sure you are following. And I'll click on it. If you can see, type it for me. And that is my corporate workspace. Thank you. So I'll click on select. And when I click on select, it is trying to publish for me. And when it publishes, it goes to the Power BI service. So I want you to tell me what you see here. What do you see here? If you can see it, tell me that. And I am super excited within me because Ibrahim says success. Wow, beautiful. And I'm happy to see that my work has been published to Power BI. So I click on got it. And he's saying that enjoying Power BI desktop so far. Hey, did you wait for me to ask you this question? What will be your answer to this question? Let me know in the chat. What will be your answer to this question? What will be your answer? Wow, Richard has published. Richard, beautiful. Okay, so all of you should try publishing. If it works, beautiful, beautiful. And someone should tell me their answer to this question here. Okay, all right. Everyone is saying yes. So I am going to choose yes. And I'm not going to rate now. I don't have the time. And right now, my work is published. But I need to go to this link, app.powerbi.com. Please type this link in the chat for me. That is where you can create your account if you don't have it. That's where you can create your account if you don't have it. If you cannot publish, you need a Power BI account. And that is where you can also view your work. So I am going to go to app.powerbi.com. I'm going to go to app.powerbi.com. Let me just do that from here and see what will happen. Let me stop sharing and let me use a different browser here and reshare my screen. And with my screen shared like this, I don't know what is happening to Real Madrid, but let me type app.powerbi.com and let me see if I'll be sent to the Power BI service. So let's see, I'm trying to sign into the Power BI service and I have an account, darlington@retailafrica.com. With this, I can sign in. If you don't have @company.com, then you will have issues. So I type my password, hopefully it's the right password. I'm supposed to confirm. Let me check my authenticator. All right, so I have a Microsoft Authenticator that is asking me to validate my MFA to be sure that no one is entering into my account and I'm the only one getting into my account. So I have to type 56 in the phone and it's popping up and I'm typing 56 right now. And I just added my fingerprint and now it should work. I didn't touch the screen, but it's loading. You can see that this is the first time I'm loading this. I've not opened it here on this PC before. And now this is what we call Power BI. What you're about to see is Power BI. This is a Power BI service and welcome to the Power BI service. In the Power BI service, I have what is called this here. What do you see here? Please type this in the chat for me again. Type this for me. What do you see here? Let me be sure that you are following. You guys are amazing. And someone says my workspace. So I'm going to click on it, my workspace. And if you remember where I published my work, let's see if you see my work. Do you see my work somewhere? That's my report here. So let's click on it. Let's click on it. Someone says, yes, I see your work. I click on this and drum roll, my work is working. Wow, this is beautiful. And let's try some things here. Kitchen products is changing, it's working, it's working. And let's try March is loading and April is loading. Let's try the region. The north is working. Everywhere is working. So now I can come here and I can share my work with people in my organization. I can share, copy the link and share people in my organization with the link. I can share through mail, through Teams, even through PowerPoint. I can share this with people with existing access. I can share with specific people. And I can go ahead and even export my work in Excel, PowerPoint, or PDF. So right now, we have completed our demo successfully, and we have been able to save, publish, export, and now our work is online, and we can view and interact with it in our workspace. We can export to PDF, and the result says that you now have your fully functioning Power BI reports saved locally, published to the cloud, and exported for professional sharing. Beautiful. So everything is done, and I'm no longer in Power BI desktop. I'm in my Power BI online service. A lot can be done here, and this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. All right. I want to see your work tomorrow. Those of you in the data class, I want to see your work. Please take a screenshot of mine, what you are seeing. Try and do yours the same as mine. If yours looks like mine and you have not published, I will give you a Rita Africa lab account to do your publishing so that you will be able to publish. So take a screenshot. Someone should post this in the chat for me. Post this in the chat for me. And ladies and gentlemen, this is how we learn. When you are learning, you learn by doing. And right now, we are learning and we are doing. Don't let it feel boring to you because this is how you are supposed to learn. We had a powerful introduction to Power BI and we've had a powerful demo. The remaining lessons are also going to be super powerful. And by the time we are done, you are going to have the expertise you need in Power BI to be able to work for companies, and you are going to be certified, be a professional data analyst, and your Power BI work is going to be clean. Look at how neat this is. As a data analyst, data scientist, you should have some UI skills to be able to create neat visualizations. I love designing. I'm a designer. I love to design. So adding that and applying that in data and analytics and in data profession, we can create amazing visualizations. So in this course, Power BI, you can trust that we are going to create powerful dashboards, powerful reports, powerful visualizations, and in future, we will learn Tableau as well, and it's also going to be fun. You are going to be a certified Power BI data analyst, certified Tableau data analyst, and any job on the market you will qualify for. As a matter of fact, right after this course, you can apply for a job with this demo. This demo, you can use it to apply for a job. You will receive certification from Rita Africa, and if you take the Microsoft examination, you will get a Microsoft certification as well. You will have what you need to get onto the job market and get some dollars in. Thank you all very much. If you have enjoyed the Power BI course so far, let me know in the chat. Tomorrow, we will continue in the data classes. If you're a data student, continue with us. Let's keep pushing, let's keep focusing, and this is going to yield great results. Time will not permit us to get into the other Python lesson, but I'll reserve it for the next session. And as Newman says, you are going to get top dollars for this, and let's get ready. And thank you all so much. If you've enjoyed the lesson, let me know in the chat, and I will see you in the next class. The video will be published. Please follow the videos. Learn this Power BI. Please put other things on hold and learn it. Learn it. Okay. Learn it. You can see how it is progressing, and it's going to be that same way. If you dedicate yourself to it, I said it yesterday, that the environment for understanding this is here now. Let me say it another way. The grace to understand this is here now. Get involved, focus on it, put yourself in what we are doing, make sure you're part of it, and make sure you get all the benefits. Another way to say it is that the spirit for learning and understanding this skill is here now. Get involved, no matter your background, whether you're a beginner, whether you have some experience. This is a time to polish your skills. This is a time to make progress. This is the time to advance and be better than you used to be. So thank you so much. This is from Rita Africa to you, and we have a whole lot more to enrich your skills, make you a top professional for you to succeed in your career. Let's continue tomorrow, and I'll see you in the next class. I wish you all the best. If you have been missing classes, please, you are missing a lot. Don't miss classes. Be part of us, and let's keep moving. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next class. All the best. Good night, and bye-bye.